Many people love to complain, grumbling bitterly that the times are unjust, that the world has turned against them. But here's the raw truth. In the same harsh circumstances, why do some soar to success, while you, exhausted, struggle endlessly yet go nowhere? Where does the difference lie? Is it truly the fault of the times, or does it cut deeper? Perhaps your own lack of strength, your own missing spark? Society, in its brutal way, is fair. Effort doesn't always bring rewards. I'll give you that. But if you don't even try, mark my words, you'll reap nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you're going to blame something, blame yourself for not being born into privilege. Point the finger at your parents for not having the means, for not leaving you a fortune to fritter away. Sure, you can say that, vent it out loud. But for those of you aching to transform your life, you've got to open your eyes wide, see reality for what it is. I want to share some hard-won truths from my own journey. I know your life is a whirlwind, chaotic and relentless, and what I'm about to say, it's not easy to swallow, not simple to grasp. If you just listen once and let it slip away, here's my plea. Stay till the end. Replay it again and again when you're free, when you're scrubbing dishes or folding clothes. Share it, save it to a playlist, make it yours. I swear to you, in just a few fleeting months, your mind will leap to heights you never imagined. This is Stoic wisdom, ancient and unyielding. Greetings, dear friends. If you don't seize these truths, you're condemned to be a wage slave forever, trapped in poverty, always bowing to someone else. Think about it. You're slaving away, yet why do you limp along with a pitiful 7 or 8 million a month, while that smug classmate from years ago lounges on a 10 billion fortune? You might snap back, oh, becoming like him is a pipe dream for most. Fair point. But earning 30 or 40 million a month through grit and sweat, that's not some rare unicorn, it happens. You may not strike it rich beyond your wildest dreams, but at least you wouldn't be stuck, unable to buy a home, crammed into a rented room with a crowd. People love to groan that the times are cruel, but reality bites harder. In the same rotten mess, why do some triumph while you flail? Is it really the world's fault, or is it you, your lack of fire, your missing edge? I know this stings, and maybe you'd rather shut me out. But here's a truth you can't dodge. If you had the chops, why are you still scraping by at 7, 8, maybe 10 million? Facts don't bend to excuses, they hit like a hammer. So, if you've made it this far and still want to argue, go ahead, walk away now. Whining won't fix a thing. The workplace is a jungle, tangled and unforgiving. You see others shining, standing tall, and you think they've got it made, that they're laughing all the way. But behind that glossy mask, who knows the hell they've crawled through? Society is fair in its own savage way. Effort doesn't always pay off, true enough, but without it, you're left empty-handed. If you're casting blame, curse yourself for not landing in a silver-lined cradle. Curse your parents for not stacking the deck in your favor. Say it, shout it, but if you're serious about rewriting your story, you've got to face the mirror. Here's my tale. As a worker like you, I've lived it 3 years in the trenches. In that time, I snagged 3 raises while most who started with me barely got 2. I climbed from a nobody to a director, the fastest rise in the company. I'd bet some of you watching are sharper, brighter than me. But for those crying out for guidance, I'm here, spilling my soul to help you. Someone once asked, is there a shortcut to success? My answer cut straight. The only shortcut is skipping the detours. Master these 9 steps I'll share, and success is just a matter of time. Number 1. Know your future goals, clear as day. Too many dream that work is some golden fairy tale. Wake up, it's not. Without a plan, sharp and solid, you're sunk. Problems crash in. The job's a slog, your drive fades. It's nothing like you pictured. Your gifts gather dust. Then you see old friends thriving, and you're itching to bolt. That gig you grabbed just to survive? It might not fit you at all. These are the traps every rookie stumbles into, glaring in those first 1 to 3 years. After that, they blur. You've been battered by reality so long, you go numb, swallowed by the unfairness. Your dreams, your fire, ground to ashes. You turn from a dreamer into a drone, scraping by like every other cog. Don't fix this early, and you'll torch those first 3 years. Golden years for a newbie to sharpen skills. Stack your worth. Waste them and you'll claw back for ages or worse, never recover. This isn't a scare tactic, it's real. So, if you're still under 3 years in, hear me, congratulations, you've got a shot to reshape your destiny. Past that, every shift demands a brutal trade-off. Why goals? They're your lifeline. Without them, you're adrift, clueless about what you want, what lights you up. That's the real fuel because life's a beast. Marriage, kids, house debts, aging parents, growing children needing school, frail folks needing care. It all piles on your shoulders. No plan? When chaos strikes, you're lost, unraveling. Your career's a brand, you're the masterpiece. Your goals? They're your brand's heartbeat. Set them, then chart the path. Every step should drag you closer, not shove you off course. Before you choose, weigh it. Does this pull me toward my goal? If not, stop right now. You're straying, and trudging on only deepens the hole. Number 2, goals tie to your career plan, an old topic, sure, but do you really get it? You might skim some books, but here's the catch. In our country, those pages drip with theory, dry on practice. People finish reading, still lost, more confused than ever. My take? Seek pros, consultants, not just evaluators. Consulting hands you tools you can use. Evaluation just shows you a mirror with no map. Those experts here? Mostly theorists, no scars from the office grind, no clue how promotions really work. How can they guide you straight? Plan your career now, or in 3 years you'll waste it all, maybe wreck your whole life. Number 3, skill matters, but it's not everything. It's not just your craft, it's your workplace savvy too. You'll see, talent alone won't carry you. Some mediocre guy's your boss just because he's clocked 10 years. Persistence pays, especially in state jobs or government gigs. Take note. Others, less gifted, climb because they're tight with the boss. Relationships count. At my old job, 2 cases stood out. A guy, seasoned, skilled as hell, swaggered in, but clashed with everyone. Playing know-it-all, nitpicking others' work. His boss despised him. Then a woman, same start, not a star, but diligent, humble, a team player, big picture thinker. Trial ended, she stayed, he got the boot. At work, you've got to read the room, feel the pulse. Don't live in a fantasy, don't strut like a peacock. Don't live in a fantasy, don't over-idealize everything, don't try to stand out in some bizarre way, and please don't let arrogance swell your head. Never assume that raw talent alone can carry you to success, conquering the world with ease. Yes, your skills matter, they're crucial, but your growth at work hinges on the full mosaic of who you are. The ones with a rich blend of qualities, they're the ones with real potential to climb high. These qualities, they're your ability to connect, to build bonds, to work as a team, to manage, to carry the right attitude, to embody professionalism, along with a host of other soft skills. Some scoff at these soft skills, dismissing them as fluff. You've heard it. If the boss loves ass-kissers, what? I'm supposed to grovel and learn to flatter? Here's the hard truth, yes, you do. If you don't, guess who loses? You. But let me be crystal clear. I'm not telling you to sell your soul. The ancients said it best, soft on the outside, steel within. In this social dance, you've got to navigate relationships with finesse, with grace, yet never let your core principles crumble. If you do, you'll rot from the inside, especially in today's world, where connections are everything. Hone your communication, sharpen it carefully. If you've got time, crack open thick face, black heart. It'll show you society's gritty reality. But hold fast, don't lose yourself in the game. Number 4, you must master the art of showing what you've got. I've had countless college grads tell me, after I graduate, I'll land a job paying this much. I'll grind to snag that position. I'd listen patiently to their grand, far-off plans, then hit them with one question. What do you have to make it happen? What's your capital? Silence. They'd freeze, no answer. I believe many of you watching this carry the same towering ambitions as those students. But after 4 years of university, have you figured out how to turn those dreams into reality? What's in your arsenal? And for those already working, what do you bring to rise higher? In life, there are moments, countless moments, when you've got to showcase your worth, bold and unapologetic. You need to know how to shine, to dare to shine. It's like drawing a sword. In this era, even the finest wine fears a dark alley, and gold, it doesn't always gleam on its own. Sometimes, it's the shattered glass that sparkles under the spotlight. Society today lacks nothing except space. Among this sea of faces, if you shrink back, hiding in humility, you've already lost. Once you realize you need to wield that sword, the next question is, what sword? What do you have to flash? For those grinding away at jobs, what's your edge? Have you boosted your results? Sharpened your skills? In the last year, how many books have you devoured to fuel your career? How many courses have you taken to level up? If the answer's none, what are you banking on to demand that raise? If all you do is complain, trust me, you'll be out the door fast. Number 5. Be damn careful with your first job. This hits hard, especially for fresh grads. Society, experts, media, everyone pushes this mantra. Get a job first. Pick a career later. It's not new, not some trendy fad. It's been drilled into us forever. After college, plenty buy into it. Whatever. Ride the donkey till you find a horse. Just grab something. Fill your belly. Figure it out later. But from my own scars and the cold reality of work, I reject that flat out. I'm convinced those floundering in their careers today, it often traces back to that first job. There's an old saying, men fear the wrong trade, women dread the wrong spouse. Screw up that first step, and the missteps pile up fast. One wrong move and the whole journey veers off. Why is that first job so critical? 3 reasons. First, the first in stays in rule. Initial impressions stick like glue. Whatever you encounter first shapes your mind, and later, anything different feels off. Simple example. Nokia's your phone icon. If they rolled out a Nokia laptop, how'd you feel? Weird, right? That's the power of first impressions. I had a coworker at Sharp. Great phone, solid features, but he always wanted to ditch it. Why? Feels like I'm carrying a fridge, he'd say. That's the effect, don't underestimate it. It seeps into your subconscious. Sharp's phones and PCs flopped partly because people pegged them as appliance kings, not tech wizards. For new grads hunting jobs, that first gig brands you. It echoes into every job after, and when you switch, recruiters judge you by it. Can you handle their role? Second, work doesn't give do-overs. Companies hiring folks with a few years under their belt demand relevant experience. It's key, they want instant output, no training wheels. Spend years in one field, then try to pivot? You're sidelined. You can't deliver fast, and retraining you's a hassle, your mind's already set. They'd rather grab a fresh grad, a blank slate with room to grow. Once you've got experience, switching lanes is a nightmare, unless you've got a bigwig pulling strings. Otherwise, good luck. Third, time's unforgiving. Those first 3 years at work, they're your golden window, the make or break stretch for your career. Waste it riding the donkey, hopping fields, and you're burning your youth's most precious chunk. You'll lag behind, missing shots at the top. So tread carefully with that first job. It's like marriage. Better to stay single than wed in haste. If you're just stepping into work, under 3 years in, plan now. Patch the barn before it's too late. Married with a mortgage? Fixing it then is a lost cause. Number 6. Learn to play by the rules. Building a career, you'll feel it. Bound by regs, slapped with unfairness. Late to work? Boss docks your pay. Overtime? No extra dime. Nail a big win? Crickets. Slip up once? They're in your face, tearing you down. Don't kid yourself. Fairness is a utopia, a ghost. It doesn't exist out here. The employee-boss dance? It's a game, and games have rules. No rules, no play. Who sets them? The boss, of course. Every perk tilts their way. Fresh in the job, you'll hate this. But you've got to swallow it, adapt slowly. Don't fight it, you've got no leverage. The deeper the unspoken codes, the less you can shift them. Blunt truth, you're hired help. Eating's a win, don't whine for warm soup. Hate it? Leave. Old line still stands. Society lacks everything but people. Burn that into your brain. Not the rule maker. 2 paths, obey or exit. Number 7, action trumps talk every time. Words alone? Useless. Hearing this, you might react 3 ways. 1. This makes sense. I'll reflect, I'll act. 2. Spare me. I already know this, pointless chatter. 3. It's clear, but who actually pulls it off? If you're the first, I salute you. Success awaits your hustle. The second, I'd love to hear your take, since you've got it all figured out. The third, step up, results falter not because we don't get it, but because we yap too much and do too little. Action's your lifeline for companies, for you. Want success? Move now. Like IBM's ad, stop talking, start doing. Opportunity knocks for the ready. Gripe all you want, sulk all you like. Food still needs eating, sleep still comes, work still waits. Your future is yours alone. Number 8, house, spouse, pressure's yours to bear. Boss won't lose sleep for you. Quit wasting breath on complaints. Calm down, hone your basics, prove your worth with results. Make them see you anew. Don't let pride turn you into a hothead, torching your own path. Prep fully beyond your trade, grab skills like communication, relationship finesse, management, all of it. Bigger still, map your future. Know your goal, know the sweat it demands. Recharge too. Don't flinch at spending half a month's pay on your growth. Regret that. Skimp now and you'll gain nothing later. In the end, stalling isn't about missing chances. It's about not being ready when they flash by. Society's messy, unfair, sure, but growth glimmers through the cracks. Are you primed for it? Forge skills that command respect, and who knows, tomorrow someone might tap you for CEO of a global titan. This is my years in the grind poured out for you. I hope it sparks something. My truest wish, that you act now. Not to change the world, but to climb smoother, earn more, buy that house, raise your kids, repay your gray-haired parents. Then, you've lived a life worth living.